Good morning. So it's the day of. We're starting the Tour de Mont Blanc today. Slept not great. So our room's right here, and then right below us right here is a nightclub that plays really loud music until 2 a.m. So that kept us a little bit of awake. But we're good now. We're ready to go. We're really excited for the trail. We're going to be heading past that glacier over that way in order to start the trail, taking a bus to Les Ouches, which is the start. We're pretty unorganized for this trip, to be honest with you. I don't really know, other than the route, what we're gonna be getting ourselves into. I don't know what the trail's like, what the main hurdles are. I just know what our elevation gain and distance are per day. To top it all off, Steph and I are just getting our food organized for the trip today. So Steph went out to the grocery store this morning and picked up a bunch of our snacks and lunches. So yeah, last minute organization, and then we're gonna run out and start the trail in like half an hour. I don't recommend taking this approach for the Tour de Mont Blanc, but it is what it is for us. Here we go, starting the Tour de Mont Blanc. Let's go. So like I said, we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants on this trip, and we've already had our first deviation from the plan. We ran into kind of a tramway / gondola that took us up to a really high elevation, and that's gonna save us about 1,500 meters of elevation gain today, which is gonna be really nice because Steph and I we're hurting a little bit. Like I said before, I'm just getting over COVID, so my body's a little bit sore. I tested negative, but the lungs and the body are still a little bit rough, and Steph has some issues as well.
And I have some serious Achilles problems going on, so we're battling a lot of issues right now and hoping for the best.
Yeah, Steph has some strategies for the Achilles. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but we're hoping that gets her through the trip, and if not, a little bit of ibuprofen won't hurt, based on some advice from a physio that was that in Italy? No, that was in France that we talked to, yeah. And then randomly at 1,800 meters of elevation, there's this train type thing, and yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments if you know what's going on here, because definitely throws me off that there's a train track this high up in the mountains.
It looks like the clouds are starting to clear a bit. We're heading up to a mountain pass, so hopefully we can get some good views.
Steph and I are a little bit on the struggle bus today, but luckily this is our second shortest day of the trip, only 15 kilometers, and we cut out a lot of the elevation with that gondola, but it's really nice here, and it's a good way to warm up for the Tour de Mont Blanc because we have some big days coming up. The second half of the trip is kind of has me worried with our current condition. Hopefully we're both feeling a little bit more up to it once we get into that second half, because yeah, right now we're struggling.
These are just so pretty.
Oh, look at that coal there, eh?
Oh yeah, bud.
Just like back in Canada.
Yeah, she's a nice one.
Oh, Steph's got a pep in her step. She's just Wayne Gretzky in this trail. So we made it up onto the coal here. Bit of an elevation gain, but it was nice to be able to cut off a lot of it. And now we're gonna be heading down. So you can see Steph down there. We're gonna be going to our refugio. What's really cool about the Tour de Mont Blanc is they have a mix of refugios, which are kind of like mountain hostels, and we're gonna be camping for a bit, and as well as staying in town. So that makes it a really neat experience and kind of unique to other hikes that I've ever done. I love you. So this is one refuge area. We're gonna be actually going past it, going up this ridge, and our refugio is just hopefully on the other side of that. Hopefully it's just in the next valley over.
I just can't get over how cute this is. Look at the little winding river and the little houses And the cows. This was so amazing.
I really want to see more cows on this trip. That's one of the things I was most excited about, so hopefully more cows. I think that's the last little bit of uphill. My lungs are feeling it. How you feeling, Steffi Poo?
Oh, I'm hurting. I'm doing good, feeling good, but my Achilles is hurting.
Hopefully there's some nice cold beer at this refugio.
There better be nice cold beer, or I'm gonna be sad.
Oh yeah! So the cows are coming down the mountain into the little flatter spot here. What's really cool with the cows in this part of the world, I guess, is that all the farmers put bells on their cows, different size bells that they know the sound of. So each bell will make a different sound, and that's how they know where their cows are based on the pitch of that bell. Really cool. I was really excited to see the cowbells. So you can see a different kind of bell on this cow, and then these ones have different ones too, and all the bells sound different. So I guess there's multiple farmers with their cows in this herd right now. So this is our refugio for the night. It's super cute. The way it works is it's like a hostel. So there's a bunch of bunk beds inside that building. There's about 20 of us who are gonna be staying in there, sleeping on those bunk beds. And you have the option of getting breakfast and dinner and sometimes lunch provided. This place is super cool. It's just this really cute, kind of a village, but just a bunch of buildings just nestled in the middle of the mountains at 1,800 meters, and then beautiful views of the mountains all around. This place is really amazing.
Spiritual wanderers of sorts.
Just had an amazing dinner inside of the refugio there. Just multi-course meals, pretty unexpected and really good, with some milk product from the cows that are just roaming around right here. So that's really cool. Beautiful views. Just gonna enjoy the nice peaceful evening and then get a good night's sleep. Good morning. Had a good sleep, which is kind of surprising considering there's 20 people in that dorm, but luckily no big snores. Already had a really good breakfast. Got to go pick up our lunches from the refuge still. And the cows are just lining up after what I think is getting milked. So there's a big steel drum in the back of that truck, and I think that's where they're putting the milk. All the cows are kind of lined up against that building. I think they're getting milked inside of there. And then they're kind of moving back over here to head back up to their grazing area at the foots of the mountains there. So the plan for today is to drop elevation down to the town of Les Contamines, and then we're doing a steady elevation gain to the Col de Croix de Bonhomme. And there's a refugio there. We're not going to be staying at it because it was fully booked. We're going to be camping at the refugio. Apparently there's billions of sheep around, and it's just a very beautiful vista, so really excited for that. The elevation gain might be a little bit tough because Steph's Achilles is hurting pretty bad. So hopefully it doesn't cause us too many issues, but it's a beautiful day. Look at the blue skies. Good views. Should be a little bit better than the cloudy day we had yesterday. Stopping for a little break before we start heading uphill. This is part of our lunch that we got from the refugio. Whole tomato, hunk of bread, whole egg, and then a hunk of cheese. So we also have a sandwich in addition to that, but this is our this is gonna be our morning snack today. So we've started the uphill. It's a lot, but it's gonna be for the next 4 hours. So we're trying to pace ourselves and just take our time, and we'll get there kind of mid-afternoon, hopefully. Get some nice views up at the Col de Croix du Bonhomme. So that's tough. We've been going uphill for about 2 hours, 3 hours more to go. My lungs are feeling it quite a bit. Definitely still a little bit weak. How are you doing, Steph?
I'm surprisingly doing okay. I didn't think my Achilles would make it, but with a little bit of rolling and ibuprofen, I'm actually doing okay.
Yeah, Steph's been really good about stopping every once in a while, rolling out her calf so her Achilles doesn't tighten up, and hopefully that strategy keeps working for you.
Yeah.
And you can keep that beautiful smile on your face. We might not be smiling in a couple hours here after all this uphill. I think we're heading up. We're kind of following the valley up along that ridge there. We'll see though. I have really no idea where we are or where we're going. More cows. So there's a little mid-mountain refugio here, grabbing some midday beers before we go tackle the last bit of elevation for the day. Also get some beautiful views here. Really glad it's a bluebird day. So Steph just pulled out her little drug bag right there. What do we got going on, Steph?
Do you want me to go through all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is for my eczema. This is for my heartburn. This is in case I get sick. This is Tylenol.
What's the Tylenol for?
You know, if I get a headache and I've had too much ibuprofen. This is ibuprofen for my Achilles and just general aches and pains because I'm old. This is for my asthma. Oh, some more heartburn medication because of all the ibuprofen I'm taking. And some more ibuprofen. And then, like, you know, just baby prevention and stuff.
Doesn't seem super far, but you can see the little town that we went through down there. Came up all the way, stopped for a beer right there, and I've been coming back up this trail. We're just gonna keep going up, and I think we cut right up there to hit the Col de Bonhomme. Ooh, it's not only a lot of uphill, but it's hot as well. Ooh. Steph is killing it. She seemed to have figured out how to keep her Achilles working well. Me, on the other hand, I am dying. I don't know if it's the 3 weeks of eating cheese and drinking wine in Italy, Spain, and southern France, or the after effects of COVID, but I am hurting quite a lot. But we're making it slowly but surely. We have a lot of time left in the day too, so no rush either.
So hopefully this is the last little push. We're heading right up there where all those people are headed. So fingers crossed this is it for the elevation today.
Oh my goodness. Almost there. So we made it to the top of the Col de Bonhomme. We've just been taking a little break there. That was a grind to get up there. We still have a little bit of elevation to go to get around to where the Croix de Bonhomme is, where we're gonna be spending the night. The views are beautiful though. Look at this. I am hurting though. My lungs do not like this elevation or this exertion. I'm really proud of Steph though. She's killing it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be the weak link on this trip, which is kind of worrisome. I'm a little bit worried about some of the later days because they're only gonna get harder, and not sure if I'm ready for those. How you doing, Steffi Poo?
I'm doing great. I'm shocked at how great I did today. I thought it was gonna go a lot worse, but I did it and it wasn't that bad.
Nice, good job.
Yeah.
So we made it to La Croix du Bonhomme. That's the refugio slash mountain hostel. We're not gonna stay there. We're gonna actually tent. There's another tent right here, so we're probably gonna set up somewhere around here. I am pretty beat. How are you, Steph?
I am beat as well.
Yeah, tough day, but we got some nice views, and I think we'll be able to pick up some beer in the refugio. So this is the Forclaz Trek 900 tent. We got two of them right here. This one's ours. I'll give you a little bit of a tour because it's actually a really cool tent. So it's a two-person tent. The head end is wider than the foot end, so you sleep head to head. Steph and I have a 20-inch wide sleeping pad and a 25-inch wide sleeping pad, so we're gonna fit in there, no problem. I think it's like 48 inches wide. What's really cool with this tent is that it has this little kind of floor in the door there, so that if it's raining or it's really windy, then you have your gear protected. It also went up really easy. Steph and I put it up in just a couple minutes, having never set this tent up before, and it seems to be like it's gonna do really well in the wind. It's structurally very sound, everything's really tight, and there's a lot of guy out points if we need them as well, with a bunch of guy lines included. Now that work's done, it's time for a beer. So Steph's getting us some beers, and then we're gonna sit back, relax, and then have some dinner afterwards. Try out those decathlon meals because I'm really curious to see how they taste. So we got our sleep systems all set up. Steph's using the Thermarest X-Lite sleeping pad. We're both using Forclaz undyed sleeping bags, I think rated to about freezing, so it should be nice and toasty for us in these mountain nights. And then I'm using the Xped Ultra sleeping pad, and then the Trekology 2.0 sleeping pillow. Should be good little systems for us, and we fit nicely in this little two-person tent.
Good flavor.
Steph and I are pretty beat, so we're gonna be just getting into bed, doing some reading, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. So we're all packed up. We ate breakfast, Had a good time down at the Refugio. Good sleep. How was your sleep, Steph?
It was really good. Yeah, sleeping bag is really warm. Tent is nice and cute.
How's the pillow?
Really comfortable. I slept on the wrong side, but still really comfortable.
There's enough space for us in there to kind of toss and turn and only elbow each other a couple times. Today, we're supposed to be going down into the valley over there towards that big mountain, but we're gonna be taking an alternate route, which cuts off 5 kilometers from the day, but adds 200 meters of elevation. So we're gonna be taking the Col de Foule alternate, heading up this way, and then somewhere over there. I haven't really looked at this on the map. I don't really know where we're going, but there should be good signage and a good trail. Well, the first 1.5 kilometers done. How you feeling, Steph?
I'm hurting and I'm tired. I feel like I just continued my level of fatigue from yesterday. It didn't regenerate.
Yeah.
Ongoing.
Same here, and hurting pretty bad. But got some nice views over here. Let me show you. What I'm really hoping is that, and I think this is probably what's going to happen, is just to the right of that mountain, there's a pass over there. You can see a big trail heading up that pass. It's going to be a lot of elevation gain. It's going to be a tough day. I think this afternoon is going to be another grind for us. This is beautiful. I'm not sure if that's Mont Blanc or not, but this downhill is phenomenal. It's a little bit harder on the body. So for me, it's easier because my body's not feeling that bad. My body feels pretty great. It's my lungs that are rough. Steph's body's hurting a little bit more, but her lungs are doing great. So if you combine both of us, we'd create one actually good hiker. Instead, we have two kind of hurting hikers.
The hills are alive with the sound of music. La 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 la.
So one piece of gear that's not from Decathlon that both Steph and I are using are Hoka Speedgoat shoes. So Steph has the Hoka Speedgoat 4s. I have the Hoka Speedgoat 5s, and we're using them because they're just such comfortable shoes. They have a lot of cushion, so your feet don't get fatigued over the course of the day, and great grip. The Vibram Mega Grip sole, as you saw as I crossed that stream, has phenomenal grip, so we're not slipping and sliding down the mountain. So we're onto this nice road now. I think we're gonna follow it down, hit this road down here, and then follow that up, and then get up to that pass right there. That's 50-50 chance. I've been wrong, I think 100% of the time so far. So who knows if that's the right call, but we're just gonna keep following signs because that's been working for us. Little bee farm over there. So we've been following the road, making our way uphill. We're gonna cut around, follow this ridge, and you can see all the switchbacks heading up this ridge before it kind of cuts over and hits a little bit of a pass up there. This is gonna be rough. It's crazy how fast you drop elevation. We started the morning right up there, came down through here, down to the valley, and then you gain elevation. So we came up a road down here, and then been switching back all the way to here. We're making pretty good time. These switchbacks are really well designed, really good kind of grade to them, so we're making time. It's good. Just stopping for a little break and lunch. Little lunches that Steph made. Feeling pretty shot right now. Pretty beat. It's another tough day. So we made it up to the col de Seine, which translates to blood pass. No blood was shed to get up here, but maybe some sweat and tears. So yeah, came out of that valley. It was really beautiful, but a lot of work. We're gonna be heading down into this valley to find a place to spend the night. And that may be Mont Blanc. I don't know. I don't know what's Mont Blanc and what's not. Just beautiful mountains all around. Made it to the Elisabetta Refugio. Beautiful view of a glacier there. We're gonna head up and grab a beer. So we're at the Refugio Elisabetta, had some beers. We were actually supposed to not stay here tonight, but Steph managed to pull some magic and get us a room tonight, or at least a couple beds. So we're gonna be staying here because we had no plan. We were supposed to camp somewhere over there illegally because you can't actually random camp in Italy, but luckily Steph got us the rooms. So we're gonna be sitting here, enjoying the views, having some showers, which is gonna be awesome. Steph's just over there just socializing. That's been her this entire trip, little social butterfly. Just had a quick shower, feels really good, nice and clean. Steph and I have made it into our room. This is gonna be where we're gonna be sleeping tonight. Hey Steph. Triple bunk beds. So a lot of people in here, but we're gonna have a nice cozy and hopefully cool bottom bunk. Had a really good multi-course dinner that was really tasty. The Italians know how to do food. About to head to bed, just enjoying a little bit of last views before we head down. Tomorrow we're gonna be heading down this valley into the town of Courmayeur, and there we're gonna have a hotel room and have a really hot long shower, sleep in a bed. It's gonna be great. Good morning. Had a really good sleep last night. Probably slept for like 9 or 10 hours. Today we're heading down that way into Courmayeur. Courmayeur is an Italian town that connects to Chamonix via a tunnel that goes right underneath Mont Blanc. So that's really cool in and of itself, but I've also heard that the town has a lot of character and some really good food. I'm really excited for the hike into Courmayeur as well. We get to hike through this glacier floodplain as well as past some more glaciers, and I just love glaciers. Look at these ones right here too. We had these all day yesterday while chilling at the Refugio, and we're gonna get some more today. That was a pretty nice Refugio. How did you like it, Steph?
It was good, it was good. The bathroom situation was a little iffy. There weren't very many bathrooms for a lot of people, but other than that, it was really good.
And the breakfast wasn't great.
Oh yeah, breakfast wasn't great.
The coffee was phenomenal, but all we got for breakfast was brown bread, which has pretty much gone through me at this point.
Yeah, some jam and bread.
Yeah, but hopefully in Courmayeur we get some good meals. I'm pretty excited for that. This is gonna be the halfway point for the trip, so after this, we're gonna be on the last leg, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little bit worried. How about you?
I'm looking forward to it too. I think it's gonna be good. I like how we can modify it if we need to, but overall I'm feeling good, but I'm happy that we have a night in town to kind of recover tonight.
Yeah, and I think Steph kind of nailed it with the fact that we can modify the trip. What's nice with the Tour de Mont Blanc is that there's a lot of alternate routes. as well as the fact that there's a couple spots where we can maybe skip some sections if we're not feeling up for something like a 30-kilometer day. In 2 days, we're supposed to have a 30-kilometer day, and that may not be in the cards. We'll see. So that wall right there that we're seeing is called a moraine, and a moraine is deposits that are left behind as a glacier recedes up a valley. So the glaciers used to come all the way down into this valley, but you can see they've receded kind of up into that area. And as they receded, they left behind all those rocks in kind of like a big wall formation. So another fun glacier fact, you can see two different streams kind of connecting right here. One is kind of brown, the other one is bluish green. The reason why the other one is bluish green is because it's coming right off the glacier and it has a bunch of sediments from that glacier in it, and that's what's creating that coloration. And then in true Tour de Mont Blanc fashion, we start gaining elevation and we're gonna be heading up there, continuing up. I'm not sure how much elevation we have today. I don't think it's a lot, but it's enough to get the heart rate going. These are some of the most epic views I've ever seen. Stopping for a little break and a snack. Seems like every time we do elevation on this trail, it's just continuous, and we're about halfway up, I think, the elevation for today. So stopping, drinking some water, eating some food, get our energy levels up, because I'm feeling pretty tired for the last few days.
Me too.
It's gonna be nice to have hopefully a little bit of an afternoon in Courmayeur and rest the legs and muscles. So we've made it up over the elevation for the day. We're gonna be continuing down, heading around here, and then over to a gondola over there somewhere, and we're gonna be taking that gondola down into the town, which should save us a bunch of downhill, which would be nice for our IT bands and Achilles. Did I scare you?
Yes. You went for my armpits. My armpits are very ticklish.
So Steph and I are sitting here having another break. Yep, another one. And all of a sudden, a brown animal ran by and Steph said, "Whoa!" And my initial reaction was to just be in defensive mode, and I had adrenaline rushing through me, and I'm pretty sure that's due to residual trauma from the Great Divide Trail when I got charged by a grizzly bear. If I see a brown animal just running in the backcountry, I think that's gonna be triggering for me a lot from now on. So, whew, I still have the tingles, and this is like a couple minutes later. So it just happened again. That gondola up there that's coming down made a noise that sounded like a growl. Steph and I both looked, and instead of my mind being logical and thinking, oh, I wonder what kind of like mechanical sound that is, it said, oh, maybe a grizzly bear somehow made it here and is about to attack us. That's how illogical my mind is when it comes to grizzly bears right now. So we're just at another refugio here, kind of mid-mountain on this ski hill, and we're basically done for the day until we get down to Courmayeur. There's the chairlift that we're gonna be taking down, and then from there another gondola into town. But here we're gonna stop for some beer, a little bit of food, get a little recharge for lunch. So here's a map of the Tour de Mont Blanc. We started right here in Les Ouches, and then we came down, did this alternate route, and then stopped at Le Truc, Refugio right around there, went through the town of Les Contamines, came down, and then stopped at Le Croix du Bonhomme, right around there, and then came back up, did the Col de Four here, alternate route, and then kept going until went over the Col de Seigne, Blood Pass that we talked about, and then stopped right about there before La Carbelle. So we're taking the chairlift down, hopefully being this storm that's coming in behind us, get down there so don't get struck by lightning on the chairlift, and then we're going to take the gondola down to Courmayeur. some thunder. That's some lightning and thunder that's rolling in on us. And rain. So, not a good time to be sitting in a metal chair. That was a fun little chairlift ride down. Kind of exciting with this storm rolling in all around us, but now we're heading to the gondola to head down to the city. We made it down just in time. It started pouring rain, and right now we're trying to figure out how to get a taxi to our hotel because we don't want to walk for 30 to 40 minutes in this rain. We'll be absolutely soaked. Even though we're wearing our nice Decathlon fast hiking rain jackets, yeah, rather just not get all of our packs and all of our gear wet. So trying to figure out the taxi situation.
Just kidding, it kind of stopped raining and taxis are really expensive, so we're just gonna walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we made it to the hotel. We started way up there, so that would have been a really brutal walk down if we hadn't taken the chairlift and gondola. Steph's Achilles would have really taken a hit, as well as my Achilles started to twinge as well, so that would not have been good for it. So being able to start the day off tomorrow on a positive foot with no injuries is really good. We're gonna have a great stretch session tonight, and this town is beautiful. The hotel is really, really nice, and then there's these little flower pots here, great views. And then I made sure to get us a king-size bed, so we're gonna have lots of room to toss and turn tonight. Steph's just in there taking a shower, and then we're gonna go hit the town because we've got some errands to run today. We had a good rest in the hotel room there. It was really well needed. Now we're heading into Cormier just to grab some supplies at the supermarket and the pharmacy, and as well as dinner, some pizza. It's really hot up here, so we're grabbing our pizza to go and our wine.
We've got our wine, we're just chilling on the balcony for tonight, so we will see you tomorrow.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Good morning. Steph and I are just having a bit of a lazy morning, enjoying these views. We had a really good breakfast at this hotel. It's the Cresta de Duc. Amazing, really good prices, great rooms, great breakfast. And then, yeah, just chilling, having some sleeps. And then we also have been packing our food for the rest of the trip. So here's an example of what we're bringing. This is kind of what our lunches are like, a little bit of sausage, a Baby Bell, some crackers. We also picked up some electrolyte packets from the pharmacy. We both think that we're getting a little bit dehydrated on trail, and part of that was due to electrolyte loss. Then we just have some trail mix and then some bars as well. We're gonna have a pretty slow morning today because we only have 12 kilometers to hike today, so it's nice, the halfway point, to get a little bit more rest. But because we're at the halfway point, we're also gonna share with you guys what our favorite gear so far has been, and if there's any gear that hasn't been working for us so far. So we are here right now. We're gonna be going kind of up this way, then across here, and then hitting around here where we're going to be camping for the day, and continuing around the Mont Blanc range for the next 4 days. So we made it over 500 meters coming out of Cormier, just straight up the mountain, and we still have a little ways to go. I'm feeling really good. That kind of 20 hours in Cormier really did a lot for my lungs. I feel a lot more rested and my legs feel great. I feel like I could just power up this mountain really well. How are you feeling, Steph?
I'm feeling good. The rest was really helpful, but I'm feeling a little bit of back pain now.
Oh no.
And the Achilles is still a thing, but I will power through.
Stopping for a little lunch break here in the shade. Steph has that little sausage. Take a bite. Tell us how it tastes.
So unsure about it. Good.
It tastes good? Yeah, nice. So we made it up onto the shoulder from the town, gaining over 800 meters of elevation. We're gonna be wrapping around, going around the other side of this ridge now. Super proud of us. That was a lot of elevation gain, and I feel like we kind of crushed it. I'm feeling really good. I feel like Steph's just crushing it as usual.
I'm feeling better than the last time I checked in.
Yeah, that's good. Lunch helped. And yeah, we get some good views of the Mont Blanc mountain range from here. So excited to kind of cruise a little bit downhill and some flats, and then get to where we're gonna be camping tonight. So you can see from here the tunnel that goes underneath the mountain and connects Courmayeur to Chamonix. Just goes right through Mont Blanc, 20-30 minute drive, and you're in Chamonix from here. That tunnel and the exit to Chamonix was something that we'd actually chatted about before the trip. Steph was a little bit worried about her Achilles and was telling me before we even started that if she was having issues, that to go on ahead, leave me behind. Yeah. And I was saying, no, like we'll play it by ear, and if we need to get off trail, we'll get off trail. So I promised I'd tell you guys about the story of how me and this little one got engaged while we were in Italy, and today's our last day in Italy, so I gotta tell you, I was gonna propose to her at this spot. There's a gondola that goes up there and you can go hang out there, but I'm glad I didn't, because we never actually got to go up there because of COVID. But we were in Italy on top of a volcano by Pompeii, Mount Vesuvius, and Steph was being super cute. She was telling me how much she lavas me. and I was like, okay, I need to propose this girl. I'd been carrying the ring around for a few months at that point. Didn't really know when it was gonna happen, but then, yeah.
It happened.
It happened.
And we had a nice little glass of wine at the top too, so it was perfect.
Yeah, it was great. We had our friends with us, and they were able to take some pictures, and then we got to celebrate with them. It was a lot of fun. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was perfect.
This is a really nice trail, probably some of the nicest trail for the legs that we've been on so far.
Yeah, we're not actually walking on just pieces of rock, and it's not straight up or straight down, so this is really nice, especially with the shade. We're not just the sun's not just beating down on us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
We're both like energized, just like, this is great. We're just hiking along. Woo! Gotcha. I'm feeling pretty good. Easy day into town, and then an easy day after town is definitely good for the morale. I could hike a long time right now. How are you feeling, Steph?
Good. I could hike all day.
All day.
All day.
All day.
All day.
Yeah. Butterflies. So we're done for the day. We're at our campsite where we're going to be spending the night, but I promised you that we'd be sharing with you our gear failures and our favorite gear at the halfway point. We actually haven't had any gear failures, and everything we brought we've been really happy with. Steph's going to start off by sharing with you her favorite 2 pieces of gear, and then I'm going to share with you my favorite 2 pieces of gear.
Okay, so my first favorite piece of gear has to be this massage ball. It's from Decathlon. It's really lightweight. I've talked about it before. It has the little nodules on it, so it's really, really good at getting deep into the muscles. And it's also really firm, so it does the job, and it has kept me walking with my Achilles pain. My second favorite item that I picked up last minute is this Quechua 500 fast hiking wind jacket. It's awesome. It's really, really lightweight. It's comfortable. It really doesn't smell that bad, and we're on day 5, and it's been keeping me warm on those really windy passes and cols. And so this is probably something that I'm super happy I picked up and has done the job.
For me, I have a couple favorite pieces of gear, and I think for Steph, these are also a couple of her favorite pieces of gear. The first one is the packs. This is the MT900 ultralight pack from Decathlon. There's a couple of things that I really like about this. Actually, a few things. First of all, it's very lightweight. It weighs just over 1 kilogram, which is awesome to see Decathlon put together some lightweight gear. The other thing is the water bottle pockets. You can just reach in, pull out your water bottle, take a swig, and then it's really easy to get it back. I hate packs that have hard to reach water bottle pockets. I have little short T-Rex arms, so that's a no-go for me. The other thing that I really like about this pack is the trampoline back. So it has this nice mesh back on it that helps keep you from getting too sweaty when it's really hot out, like it has been on the Tour de Mont Blanc for us. Second piece of gear that's a favorite of Steph and I, and it's keeping us on the trail and comfortable, is our footwear. So we're both using Hoka Speed Goats. I'm using the Hoka Speed Goat 5, Steph's using the Hoka Speed Goat 4. What's awesome about this shoe, it has a lot of cushion, so on the really long days, your foot doesn't get fatigued. And it also has awesome grip with the Vibram Mega Grip sole. You can be walking over any kind of terrain and you're gonna stay nice and grippy on the ground. So those are our favorite pieces of gear. All the gear that we've been using has been performing really well for us. No issues with anything, especially a lot of the clothing has just been great. We brought a little bit more than we needed because we weren't sure how cold the mountains were gonna be. And I'm not just saying that because Decathlon's sponsoring this trip. I would let you guys know if something wasn't up to snuff, and I'd let Decathlon know too, because they want to hear the feedback. Something that we did have maybe a little bit of an issue with in the beginning were the packs. Right where the hip belt meets your lower back, we had a bit of an issue with that kind of, I don't know if it's rubbing or just having some pressure points, but after the first day, we were both feeling that spot a little bit. But after the second day, that went away, and it hasn't been a problem since, and the packs have been carrying very comfortably.
There's also a chance that that's because we have really big butts, Justin and I, so
Yeah.
who knows, it might work better on someone else, but yeah, now they're really comfortable.
Yeah, I think they just need some time to kind of contour to our body shapes, I guess. So I'm having the Forcla pasta bolognese, I guess it's called. Looks really good. Has cheese and tomatoes, pasta, some meat in there. Let's take a taste. Oh yeah, look at that. That's tasty.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Also, it's pasta bolognese, just so you're aware.
That was a really good morale booster of a day. Dinner was great. We have an amazing campsite. Steph's getting some reading done. But tomorrow is when the real work starts. We have 3 days in a row that are gonna be really hard. Tomorrow's just gonna be a lot of elevation and some good distance. The next day we have a 30-kilometer day with a lot of elevation. And then the day after that, to finish off everything, 20-kilometer day with a lot of elevation. So we're gonna be going up and down a lot of mountains, and we're gonna be covering a lot of distance. It's gonna be tough. Hopefully our bodies are up for it. Today definitely gave us a little boost of confidence, but we'll see what happens. Good morning. It's a little bit of a chilly morning here. It got a little bit chilly last night too, but our sleep system kept us nice and warm. We got our Trek 100 down jackets to keep us warm while I eat breakfast. It's a beautiful morning. It's gonna be a nice day. It's bluebird sky, as you can see. We have unobstructed views of Mont Blanc, which is very rare. It's usually in the clouds, but you can see it right back there. That's Mont Blanc dance party. And today we're gonna have a pretty normal day, I think, for Mont Blanc, for the Tour de Mont Blanc. It's gonna be a lot of up and then a lot of down. And it's about a 17 to 20 kilometer day, so it'll push us, but hopefully not push us too far, because tomorrow we have our 30-kilometer day. It's gonna be Steph's first 30-kilometer day ever. Day 6, pretty crazy to think that we made it all the way here. After the first couple of days, I wasn't so sure that it would happen, with me dealing with the after effects of COVID and Steph's body issues. We're making it, and this is gonna be our last view of Mont Blanc probably for the rest of the trip, maybe until the last day as we kind of wrap around the west side of the range. We're gonna be exiting Italy, entering Switzerland for the next couple of days, and then back into France. So we're gonna be continuing along here, and then I don't know how we're gonna get over this ridge here, but some place we're probably gonna be going up to a pass and then going down to La Folie. We're gonna be spending the night tonight.
It's the most cow-looking cow I've ever seen. Right there. Oh, and that one too. Oh my god, they're all so cute.
So we just dropped down a whole bunch of elevation into the valley bottom here, and now we're gonna have to go gain it all. You can see all the people kind of making their way up there. We're gonna have to just, yeah, truck up some elevation. I think about 1,000 meters. It's gonna be a lot, and it's gonna be tough. So there's really good signage on the Tour de Mont Blanc. We're heading up to Col de Frat. It says 2 hours and 30 minutes, but there's some craziness that happens with the times on the different signs. You walk 30 feet this way, and then it's saying Col de Frat right there, 2 hours. So somehow you lose 30 minutes of walking in 30 feet. These switchbacks on this part of the trail are not great. They're very steep. Not as great as yesterday's switchbacks were awesome, but got our buddy Randall there crushing it, and Steph's up there crushing it too. We'll make it. The legs are feeling pretty good today. So we made it to the Col de la Ferret, right up there at the cross. Really windy, a lot of people up there. And that's also the border between Italy and Switzerland. So we're now in Switzerland. Woo! How you feeling, Steph?
I'm actually feeling awesome. That was very hard. It was a very hard incline, but feeling really good and feeling like I can kind of take on the rest of the day pretty easily.
And what about tomorrow? Because tomorrow we have a 30-kilometer day. I know we were both a little bit apprehensive about that at the beginning of the trip, talking about maybe taking a bus from La Folie to another spot so we shorten up our day, but how you feeling?
I'm okay with it at this point. It's gonna be really hard, but I think we can do it, and we'll just have to take it one step at a time and hope for the best. We're not taking a bus.
Yeah.
I will feel so sad if we take a bus.
Yeah, we're gonna attempt the 30-kilometer day tomorrow. It may break us. You may see some tears. But we're gonna go for it. Give it our best shot.
Yeah.
So we've done a pretty massive downhill coming from the Col up there. Definitely really hard on the Achilles. My Achilles is twinging, Steph's is twinging a little bit. We still have a lot more downhill to go, and then we're gonna follow this valley all the way to La Folie, where we're going to be staying the night. So we're almost done day 6 on the Tour de Mont Blanc. La Folie and our accommodations are just over yonder. And I want to do a little bit of a recap, share with you guys what some of our favorite things about the trail so far have been. Let's start with you, Steph.
I have loved everything about this trip so far, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be the social aspect. Every time we stop at a refugio, we meet someone new, incredible people. Quick shout outs to Debbie and Ralph from Canada. You guys are amazing. Randall, Lauren the leader, amazing people. And of course, Sean John, our friends from the very beginning of the trail. They have been amazing. And I can't forget about the beer. The beer has been great. We've had a daily beer or two and in some incredible locations, and it's been really fun.
And that's a really unique aspect of the Tour de Mont Blanc, having these refugios and spots where you can stop, have lunch, have a beer. It really makes the trail unique and is a really cool aspect. For me, one of my favorite parts has been the views. Like, look at this glacier behind us, these mountains. A lot of the Tour de Mont Blanc is above tree line, so you're getting beautiful views pretty much the entire day. It's really spectacular and I'm enjoying it. The other aspect is that I'm really thankful that we're even getting to do the trail. I did not think that we were going to be able to. There's a lot of things that got in our way, all the way from getting COVID to the wrong flights to, a whole bunch of factors, but we managed to get on trail, and we managed to stay on trail. That was the other thing. I thought based on our injuries and the COVID after effects that maybe we'd have to get off trail or alter things, but we're on trail and we're doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna complete this.
We're gonna do it. Another big help has been Decathlon. I just want to give them a shout out. You guys have seen that Decathlon is sponsoring this trip, and they're not sponsoring the way that they're paying us to hike the Tour de Mont Blanc. It's more from a support standpoint. So they really helped out a lot with the Tour de Mont Blanc. It's a very expensive hike, and they helped with the flights, with the gear, and then with some of the accommodations as well. And that's been awesome. So shout out to Decathlon. They made this trip possible. We've made it to our Gîte de la Folie. Time to see how Switzerland kind of accommodations compare to Italy and France. Here's our room at the Gîte de la Folie. We have a 3-person room with 3 beds, which is awesome. We're gonna push these 2 together so that we can cuddle. And then we have our own bathroom too. This is beautiful. Really looking forward to getting a good night's sleep here. Lots of big pillows. We have another map here, and right now we are at La Folie, right there. And the big day tomorrow is going to be going all around here to Trion, and then from Trion, heading to La Flagelle, and then heading down to Chamonix by a gondola. So we just had an amazing meal at the Gîte de Folie. I highly recommend staying here if you are staying in La Folie. The rooms are very modern, they're beautiful, and the meal was amazing. It's probably the most nutritious meal we've had, not only on the Tour de Mont Blanc, but in the last 4 weeks of traveling throughout Europe. So we're gonna have a good night's sleep tonight, get ready for tomorrow's 30-kilometer day. They're gonna make it a little bit of an exception for us and make us breakfast a little bit earlier because they're like, we know where you're going and we know how hard it's gonna be. Wake up, Steffi Poo. We have to go hike all the kilometers today. Good morning. We had a good night's sleep at the Gîte de Folie, had a good breakfast, and now we're up and at 'em bright and early. It's just after 7 a.m. and we're getting the 30-kilometer day going. The plan today is that we have a pretty easy morning going slight downhill for about 9-10 kilometers. And then as we kind of get to the next town, Champex, we're gonna start gaining elevation. We gain 500 meters of elevation, drop a little bit, gain another 500 meters of elevation, and then from there it's downhill to our next stop in Trion. So about half the day is gonna be uphill and half the day is gonna be downhill. Nice little espresso, 7.5 kilometers into our hike. This is definitely one of the best parts of the Tour de Mont Blanc, just being able to randomly run into a cafe a third of the way through your day. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, let's go. We still got 20 kilometers to hike. Silly goose. Bah. Bah. A little over a third way done our 30-kilometer day, done about 11 kilometers so far. How are you feeling, Steph?
Feeling great. Yeah, so far feeling really good, and I think we can tackle it.
Yeah, I think the first little bit here was pretty cruisy. We were just kind of walking through the rolling Switzerland countryside, going through some little villages. Really beautiful and really cool to kind of see that aspect of the trail. And I think the next 5 kilometers is going to be kind of the same. But then we're going to be starting to go uphill, and that's where we basically have an entire day in and of itself with 1,000 meters of elevation gain over 15 kilometers. So we made it to Champex Lac, beautiful lake here, and we're just having a little hot lunch. Our leftover freeze-dried meals that we have give us a little bit of energy boost for this afternoon. So we're about halfway done the day, feeling pretty good. My Achilles is twinging a little bit on the downhills, but just taking it easy. Steph's feeling really good, I think.
Yeah, feeling awesome.
Yeah, she's just crushing it, just putting in the miles. And what's really cool about today versus the other days is that on the other days I felt it was more like a mental game. We had a lot of elevation and it felt like the trail was kind of dictating how we were feeling and what our pace was. Whereas today we kind of get to push ourselves instead of the trail pushing us, and that's been really cool. It's kind of a little bit of a mental game in a different way, but we're enjoying it and we're having a lot of fun today. So we're making a decision right now. There's two routes from here. There's the alternate route, which is called the Alpet de Fenêtre, which is apparently the most beautiful part of the entire trail. And then there's the normal route called L'Eau de Beauvais Plain, and it's a much easier route. It's only about 400, 500 meters of elevation gain, 13, 15 kilometers, whereas the alternate route is 1,000 meters of elevation gain. And it's noon right now, and we're deciding to take the alternate route. Last minute change of decision, just, I don't know. Steph was walking up there and I was like, you know what, let's just do it. So it might kick our butts, but we've been feeling good so far today, and we're hoping that we can make it happen with not too much extra time added to the day. So it looks like we're gonna be continuing along this road and then kind of going up to that jagged pass, gaining a lot more elevation and probably some good views. How are you feeling about heading up there, Steph?
I feel like we will feel accomplished, but I'm feeling sad.
Why sad?
It's gonna be hard. No, it'll be great. I'm looking forward to it, even though it's gonna be really hard and I might cry.
So we've been spending about the last 3 kilometers on the approach to the pass coming up this road, but now we're going on to this little bit more rugged trail, and it looks like based on the map, this is where the elevation gain really starts and where our butts are probably gonna start getting kicked. We're making pretty good time so far. We're gonna continue up this rock field here. I'm starting to feel it. How are you doing, Steph? Starting to feel it too. And we still got quite a bit of elevation to go. So we're just gonna keep on trucking. The views are already starting to get amazing. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, but my breathing's starting to get a little bit labored. I think that's because we're above 2,000 meters. It starts getting tough to breathe once you start getting up into the higher elevations. When we're at lower elevations, I think all the after effects of COVID are gone for me, but now it's starting to be a struggle, starting to get a little bit of cramping, so make sure you drink lots of water. We have electrolytes. Oh yeah, it's getting tough. How you doing, my love?
I'm very, very tired.
Where does this rank on days of hiking on difficulty?
Number one.
This is the toughest day?
I'm so tired.
Nice, you're doing so good. I'm proud of you.
Look how high we have to go. Look how high we have to go.
Yeah, we're going right up to that little notch right there.
I'm gonna cry.
We made it. Good work. So we're at 2,665 meters. This is the highest I've ever been. Definitely took a toll on the body, but we made it up to Alpet de Fenêtre. I think we're gonna get some pretty sweet views as we go down the other side as well. it's pretty amazing that we made it up here. That was a lot of work though. I'm definitely feeling it. How are you feeling, Steph?
I'm feeling good. It was really hard. Really hard.
Yeah, what was the hardest part?
Like climbing over boulders, and if you fall to your death.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands-on sections where you're scrambling pretty aggressively, as you guys saw. And I think it's going to be the same as we go down to the other side of the Fenêtre here. But it looks like we're going to get some pretty sweet views of this glacier on our left, and looking forward to it. Definitely proud of Steph. Steph killed it. To be honest with you guys, I'm feeling pretty good. I think a lot of the COVID after effects are gone from my system, so I was able to kind of get through that. But the elevation is definitely affecting me, so we're going to drop elevation here and then hopefully start feeling better, lose the headache that I have and the lightheadedness. That was a lot of work getting up to the Fenêtre, but I think it was worth it. We have some pretty amazing views of this glacier here. I love a good glacier, and this one's phenomenal. Some just really cool crevasses and everything through it. It's really cool to get this close to one as well. It's also great that Steph and I got to push the needle a little bit today. It was a hard day, really tough, and I think for Steph, like she said, it was the hardest day she's ever had, so she was definitely moving the needle, and that's always a really cool thing to see. I lied to you guys at the top there. This is turning into a really tough day for me. Going downhill is just brutal on the body. My Achilles is tightening up, getting really sore, and we still have a long way to go. We're getting pretty close to being done kind of the trail and getting to Trion, where we're gonna have our hotel and dinner and a couple beers. That was a brutal downhill. My legs are shot. How are you feeling, Steph?
Oh my god, I don't even know. Not feeling great, but so glad we're almost done.
Yeah, and I think we're both glad we did it. We're both feeling pretty accomplished right now. Steph was saying like, it'll be pretty cool for kids to watch this down the road. And I brought it up again, and she was like, I was like, I wonder what they'll think. And she'll be like, what'd you say again?
They're gonna think we're idiots for doing that. On a 30K day, it's absurd.
Yeah, so, yeah, pretty crazy. We're gonna crush out this flat, get to town, and then we'll touch base there. Steph just hit 30K. Woo! Just in time too. Here's Trion. So we've made it. There's our hotel, L'Auberge La Grandeur, so it translates to Big Bear Hotel. Pretty hurting. I think we went over from like soreness to pain. What hurts on you, Steph?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
What's worse?
So my feet and my Achilles. My feet are the worst. Yeah. My heels feel like there's stabbing knives in them.
Yeah, and yeah, my fair. My Achilles are in pretty bad shape, and then because I'm adjusted the way I'm walking, my knee's in pain as well. So we're gonna go have dinner, have some beers, have a good night's sleep, because tomorrow we have another hard day.
And it's our last day.
It's our last day. Yeah. Woo. Woo. Good job. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Here's our refugio room. How are you feeling this morning, Steph? How's the body?
It's a little achy. Feeling a little sore.
Give us some steps. Give us some walking. How you doing? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. But it's our last day. Time to hit the dusty road. Last toothpaste tab of the trip. So we're hitting the trail again. Feeling pretty sore after yesterday. Although I think I got pretty lucky in that my COVID after effects pretty much went away yesterday. So I was able to hike up that mountain and not feel terrible. And I think Steph's Achilles is feeling pretty good as well.
Yeah, it's feeling really good actually. I think I've actually been strengthening my calves and feeling a lot better. So ready to take on today. I think they're doing well.
Yeah, you said they're actually improving a little bit.
I think so. I was in a lot of pain the first couple of days, and now the pain is really minimal.
That's awesome. Yeah, you did such a good job managing that, because I think for a lot of people, like I've been there, and it can be debilitating to have that kind of pain on trail. I'm pretty sure we're having to head up there. The switchbacks on the map look pretty aggressive. It's gonna be fun. So you can see where we came down from yesterday. There's the Fenêtre. There's the glacier we saw. Came down through here, hit the river, and then we kind of cut across this side of the mountain here, and then took a bunch of switchbacks to get down into the town. So we made it up to the Col de Baume, over 900 meters right at the start of the day. How you feeling, Steph?
Feeling good. I'm tired, but I'm feeling strong. Like, we would not have been able to do that easily on the first day, so that was amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how over the course of 8 days you can notice yourself getting stronger, and I think it's partly due to Steph's Achilles kind of feeling better, COVID, but then also our legs just getting stronger. We just crushed that 900K like pretty handily.
Yeah,
I'm
it
pretty,
wasn't that bad.
pretty proud of ourselves. Yeah, it's really cool. We're just at a little refugio up here. Lots of people, a lot of people heading down into Chamonix, which is just down there. You can see it down the valley. Mont Blanc is right there. We're gonna be kind of heading down, following the right side of the valley there, over, and then hitting a gondola and then taking that right down into Chamonix. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day, lots of great views, pretty awesome way to finish off the trip. I think one of the cooler parts of the Tour de Mont Blanc is how many different people you meet on trail. Steph kind of talked about how fun it is to socialize, but I think what's really cool is you have people who are fast packing the trail, and some older people who are staying in refugios every single night. Then you have younger people who are camping every single night, and then everything in between. It's really cool. It's kind of a trail for everyone, and because it has all that infrastructure, it makes it a really easy trail to do no matter who you are. The refugios and towns make it a lot easier to do the trail. You can also skip sections with buses or use gondolas in order to skip sections of the trail. I really enjoyed how Steph and I approached the trail by doing a couple days of camping, a couple days of refugios, and a few days in town. It was a really nice mix. We got to experience a lot of different aspects of the Tour de Mont Blanc. And then we get some beautiful views from the top of the ridge here in every direction. This trip was definitely one with a lot of really good views. Pretty crazy, the views that we saw. So even though we're getting pretty close to Chamonix, we still have a ways to go, about 10 kilometers, and a big uphill. You can see the switchbacks up there, and then over there towards the gondola. All this downhill is really beating us up. It's really hard on the feet, the knees, the whole body. And we have to go down a lot more, and then after that it's going to be straight up. So right now we're kind of considering our options. There is a bus from kind of the bottom of this valley that would take us to Chamonix and kind of cut off the last 5-6 kilometers of the day, which, depending on how our bodies are, that may be the way we go. So we're finished with the downhill. We have the last little segment. I tried to convince Steph to take the bus, but she's adamant that we kill off this trail properly. So we're gonna be heading straight up there, 750 meters of elevation gain, 6.6 kilometers. Let's go. So we have some ladders here that go up this gully. They're steep. This is going to be tough, but especially with packs on. Steph's being a trooper and is pretty much ready to go. She said she'd rather ladders than hiking. So she's just, yeah, right there, ready to go. It's going to be tough though. Good work. There's a lot of them. It's a fun little section. Ooh-wee. So those are some pretty crazy ladders. I definitely realized that I've come a long way with my fear of heights. A few years ago, my legs would have been shaking and I would have been in a little bit of a panic, but I found that to be not too bad and maybe even a little bit enjoyable. How'd you find it, Steph?
I found it good. I will take ladders over climbing that kind of elevation any day.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how you're gonna take it, but you were pulling me along. I saw you flying up those ladders. I was like, okay, I guess I gotta bring my A game for this.
They're definitely kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an obstacle course, and we just have a little bit more to go up here, and then I think a little bit of elevation after that for the last few kilometers. What's up, buddy? Earlier today, Steph told me that the last 2 days are the hardest she's ever pushed herself. She's small, but she's mighty and she's tough. The amount of physical and mental perseverance that she's shown in the last couple of days has inspired me a ton. She's inspired me this entire trip. It's been awesome watching her hike up a storm and just be such a tough person. I love that girl so much. I'm such a lucky guy to be getting to marry her. It's awesome. This has been a great trip. We're almost at the gondola there. That was a big day, 20K, 2,000 meter of elevation gain. It's not the distance that gets you, it's that elevation. It's the up and down, just kills the legs. We made it. We finished the Tour de Mont Blanc. Cheers. High five. That was an accomplishment. I've done a lot of hiking and that was a tough trail. So kudos to you. How you feeling?
Oh, I don't feel great. I feel great because we completed it, but I'm hurting a lot.
Yeah, same. I'm hurting a lot too. It's a tough trail. It'd be nice to get down, have a couple of days of not hiking, and yeah, oh, so proud of us. There's the gondola we're gonna be taking down right there. Goodbye, Mont Blanc. Heading down to Chamonix. If you guys want to see some more backpacking trips, go check out my full Great Divide Trail video. It's 6 hours long, but has some awesome content very similar to this trip.